Now, a lot of these media companies are actually focusing on commodities and agriculture and news related to them. So you have commodities.com and you have CMIE, which is giving news. You have commoditiescontrol.com.
An MBA with a finance specialization and a CA, and which is better?
In terms of commodities or in general?
Same finance.
Okay. In terms of, I'll rather segregate this question. A CA basically is a kind of an entrepreneur, I'd say. And a CA can diversify and get into commodities if he wants, getting the understanding from a good corporate house. Okay? And I would say, after 5 years, an MBA Finance and a CA would actually, whether you are an MBA Finance, you've done it the right way, or you are a CA, it would hardly make a difference. Yes, your understanding of the subject, what you have done here, would actually make a difference and would show up in the way you try to portray yourself. So, I would say CAs initially, because the structure of, the kind of understanding they are given would be better starters. But 5 years from then, a CA and an MBA Finance would be, they would stand at the same podium, same way. And again, I would say, there is nothing good or bad between, A or B. There is always, if the opportunity strikes first to A or B.
Sure, the students must be feeling very rich with your shared thoughts and experience. A lot of us would like to work with your company, sir. So we would like to invite you to come for our recruitment process. Thank you, sir. Words would never be enough, but I would like to request Mr. G.R. Pansal sir, IFS, to give momentum to Mr. Saeed Hassan Zafar sir. And our media partners, Radio City 91.1, Weekend Times, Akashwani Lucknow. Now students, kindly be seated. At first I would request our eminent people on the dais to please move upstairs to the conference room.
Kind of an introspection. As most of the guests, most of the speakers have in our skills and capabilities to cope up with the corporate sector. Since we all are in the learning stage, whether you are as a student faculty or myself as a mentor, we have to learn in every step of our life, because what we are going to learn in this process, we will just going to implement in future also. The concept behind this UTTHAN is simply that the philosophy is that it's a synergy, kind of a synergy between academic and corporate. Since you are in the stage of just imbibing the things from your mentor, from your learning skills, from different aspects of experienced people, and afterwards, down the lane, after 6 months, 1 year or 2 years, you are going to have that kind of a experience to implement in your practical life. Now, what corporate has said already, in the first session yesterday, Professor K.G. Singh, Director, Indian Institute of Management, has already said that innovation is the key to your success. Then some other speakers have also said that it is in yourself. That means your introspection, the power is within you. That means you can have that kind of a power and you can inculcate with all this learning process. Some other speakers have already said that what kind of a communication skills is required. The answer was that it is not a communication skill. If somebody is knowing English, if somebody is good in English or spoken English, it is not something like that which is necessary for you. Because market is expanding, market is penetrating not in your urban areas, it is going in a rural areas also. So what is required? Basically you require, that is, you should be true to yourself. That means you should have what kind of skills you have imbibed from your learning. What kind of learning you are going to implement in your career, in your experience for your career. That is the basic thing. And that we can do with all step-by-step learning and experiencing this is the platform we have arranged because of the academic corporate partnership, from where we have lot of learning from all these sessions. Today we also have so many other fields and experts in financial sector, from banking sector, because we have a myth earlier that though banking sectors don't have that kind of vacancies and opportunities. But what Mr. Srivastava, the principal of IMRT, has already said, that there are a lot of opportunities, and in future we are going to have so many opportunities for the aspirants, and especially for those who are having a kind of a specialized skills. Not only for freshers, they are also the MBA, the 20% growth in banking sector, 20% growth, 30% growth in housing sectors, real estate sector. So there are a lot of opportunities, not only in any single sector. What we require as a student, as a candidate, as an aspirant, that we should have a kind of a quality, skills, knowledge, confidence, and we can implement that kind of a confidence in our practical life once we are in the platform of doing a job. If you want to become a non-conformist, you can excel in your life. If you want to become a non-conformist, you have to learn a lot. You have to experience a lot. And this is what we are doing. This is the philosophy behind this. Somebody has also asked me that what is the theme, what is the kind of a depiction we have designed for the UTTHAN banner. If you see the banner also, the philosophy is saying, it's a mentor who is just taking care of the small sapling. But it's the photosynthesis process, the sun, the corporate, which is a symbol which is giving you energy. So it is the same theme we have just developed. That is the academic corporate partnership. It's a synergy. It's a kind of a cooperation between both of us, and you both are stakeholders. And as said already, that it is not only academician and corporate. All sectors are stakeholders to one another. If it is finance sector, the housing sector is a stakeholder of the financial sector. So interdependence is there. It is not said, earlier it was said that the financial verticals are simply different, but now it is not. Interdependency is there. So we remember this thing, that this knowledge sharing process will help you a lot. And you have to learn from these knowledge sharing platforms which we have arranged for you. And in future also we will arrange that kind of a platform for student fraternity. My best wishes to all of you, because down the lane you are going to have that kind of opportunity in your future prospects. But try to remember, as Vivekananda has already said, if you remember the Vivekananda speaking also, that it is you who can transform yourself, nobody else. We can just facilitate you, we can just mentor you, we can just give a platform, and nobody will give you any kind of a placement. It is you who can place yourself. It is your skills who can place you. So develop your skills, develop your knowledge, develop your all kind of a learning and sharing. And one thing more, one of our principal PhD IT principal has already quoted a kind of a slok from Ramcharitmanas. I also used to read regularly. I remember one slok, and I just want to say that particular slok in front of you also. That जामवंत का नाम सुना है आपने रामायण में, रामचरितमानस में? जामवंत हनुमान जी से क्या कहते हैं? कहे रीछपति सुन हनुमाना, का चुप साध रहो बलवाना, पवन तनय बल पवन समाना, बुद्धि विवेक विज्ञान लिखाना. That means हनुमान जी को भी अपनी शक्ति का पता नहीं था कि वो एक समुद्र को पार करके लंका में जा सकते हैं सीता जी की खोज में. करेक्ट? वो जामवंत ने उनको एहसास दिलाया कि आपके अंदर वो शक्ति है और आप जा सकते हैं. It is you also. We as an individual, we as a human being, we have lot of power, immense power. We can do anything. We can success. We can go to any success. We can taste the world. But it is you who can motivate yourself. And we have learned from the last session, right from yesterday, from the morning when Professor Devi Singh has started the session, till the first session of this day, that we have all learned from that speaker that it is you who can motivate yourself. You just develop your skills, we can facilitate you, we can motivate you, we can guide you, we can mentor you. But it is who can guide you best, it is yourself. One quote also I want to share with you, which I have learned when I was, in the school. It's a shlok from Sanskrit again. I just explained to you that it is about knowledge. It is about education. That is, Matev Rakshati, Pite Vite Niyukte, Kantev Chavirmayt Panikredam, Lakshmi Tanoti Vitnoti, Jadikshu Kirtam, Kim Kim Na Sadhyati Kalplate Vidya. आपको बहुत कुछ इससे समझ में आएगा कि विद्या यानी नॉलेज, एजुकेशन, व्हाट यू आर गेनिंग इज जस्ट लाइक अ कल्प वृक्ष. और जितना ज्यादा आप इसको गेन करेंगे उतनी ज्यादा ये बढ़ेगी और आप दूसरे को भी इसको, जो कहते हैं ना, विद्या बढ़ने से, पढ़ने से, बढ़ाने से बढ़ती है, शेयर करने से बढ़ती है. दिस इज ट्रू. And we are doing the same process here in the same platform of this knowledge sharing with academicians as well as with the corporate people. So, in a specific manner, all corporates have explained their prospects, their opportunities in their sectors. But if you see in totality, all sectors are interdependent and you can do a lot. You can have opportunity in all sectors. The growth is there, opportunity is there, but one thing to remember that one speaker has already said, that is challenge. Try to accept that challenge, and that challenge you can able to accept when you are having that kind of skills, knowledge, and best of the best attitude. Attitude is most important aspect for you to have that kind of a knowledge and skills to implement in the field. So try to get that kind of a resilience. Try to get that kind of a perseverance. Resilience in terms of that, once you are in the field, once you are in the profession, you should cope up with the corporate requirements. The corporate targets, the projections, their responsibilities and accountabilities. And perseverance means your consistent effort in the directions of your success. So try to assimilate both the things, that is your resilience as well as perseverance. So try to make yourself in a sustained process. Make yourself better day by day, every day. And once, it is a natural process, it's an evolutionary process. It is not something like that you can learn in a day or two. One of the speakers has already said, growth is with your age. Once you are growing, the growth will be there automatically. It's a process, it's an evolutionary process. So try to make yourself in this evolutionary process and transform yourself for the betterment and skills and development. Once you are having that kind of skills, you will get all opportunities. You will be successful in your all opportunities. Nothing to say more, just to conclude that try to be a non-conformist person and not a conformist person. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We'll just wait for another speaker and all the best to all of you. Thank you very much.
Conservative India people wanted a 3-year, 18-month bond. Times of India wanted a 3-year bond, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but 1.5-year bond also. And my own business. Even today, what is a bond? I'm asking you, what is a bond which I ask you to fill? It's basically an agreement, nothing else. An agreement for what? For what? For what?
So to be bounded with an organization for a certain period of time.
For a certain period of time. Why? Why? Basically because in organizational structure, in organizational concept, everything about the organization, you are taught to learn, you are taught over there And whatever you learn over there, they expect to be rewarded back. If I teach you at IMRT, I expect you to be rewarded back in the one only concept is that you become successful people yourself. Learn well, and after 10 years, 5, 15 years, 20 years, maybe become country manager or whatever, you will come back to induct people from IMRT. That is my reward. But this agreement is just an acceptance, that just a confirmation, sort of a restriction.